Hi gamers, and welcome to today's episode. Today we're going to be talking about the features and specifications coming with the next generation of console. The next generation of console is coming, and a lot of terms have been thrown around lately when it comes to new specs such as 8K, 120Hz, and ray tracing. Today, this video is going to be focusing on the latter of those, being ray tracing. Ray tracing, in a nutshell, is the ability to track and follow a ray of light from its in-game source back to any surface that it may touch in-game. This can be used for more realistic reflections, shadows, and overall look. Right now, there are only a handful of games on the market that use some form of ray tracing, such as Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Battlefield 5, Metro Exodus, and Quake 2. Now, out of those games, there's only one of them that uses ray tracing to its full ability and is able to maintain 60 frames per second, and that being Quake 2, which had initially released 22 years ago. Shadow of the Tomb Raider uses ray tracing only for its shadows. So basically, it takes the source of light, and some games will use it for reflections, some will use it for everything, but Shadow of the Tomb Raider only uses it for shadows. And now this creates more realistic shadows, so that they feather a little bit more when they're further away, they become larger and smaller as you approach and go away from the light. They just react like real shadows. Now, even on a high-end PC, they are not able to fully take advantage of ray tracing and not have a dip in frames. So most gamers will have to sacrifice some sort of quality and able to use ray tracing to its fullest. Even at medium settings, you can see that there's barely a difference between shadows how they used to be and ray tracing shadows. They look almost identical. At this point, it is just how they behave. So, is it even worth having ray tracing on if you're going to be sacrificing that much quality? Project Scarlet is saying 8K 120Hz, and it's a console, so it's going to be at console pricing. So, if I play Shadow of the Tomb Raider with ray tracing on Project Scarlet, am I going to get that same dip in frames? And am I going to still have the quality that a next generation console should have? So for console developers to be throwing out specs like 8K 120Hz and ray tracing all at once makes me kind of skeptical. Something will have to give, whether it's quality for a game, upscaling to 8K instead of native 8K, bringing down the frame rate to 30 frames per second, which was common for games of the current generation to do, or bringing down the overall quality and textures of the game. I don't believe that ray tracing will be implemented to its fullest ability. Shadows will probably not look any different to the eye, but will react differently to the environment, reacting more realistically. Reflections will also probably be used to a minimum. The problem that I see with the next generation of console implementing ray tracing is how do you achieve this at a consumer cost? To aim for a $600 console and implement all these changes seems like an unrealistic goal, but I'm curious to see how far they push it with this next iteration of console. Well, that's it for today's video. If you liked what you saw today and you want more of it, make sure to hit that like button and hit subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell icon beside it to get notified whenever one of our new videos go live or when we do a live stream. If you didn't like this, for whatever reason you didn't like seeing me sit here and talk about the future of gaming, hit that dislike button, leave a comment below, and let us know what we could do to make this better and what you would like to see on our channel. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, keep up to date with the latest news, and thanks for tuning in today. Have a good one, gamers.